Hello, this is Justin from the Dada Mail project. In this screencast, we're going to go over a pretty interesting feature of Dada Mail. It's the feature that allows you to enable and disable certain screens in your list control panel if and only if you are logged in with the list password. Now, Dada Mail has two different passwords you can log into your mailing list with. The first is called the pro.data root password. And the other one's called just the list password. Now there's only one root password, and every single mailing list you set up will have its own separate password. Now, basically how it works is if you log in with the root password, you are basically given complete access to everything in DataMail. But if you're logged in with the mailing list password, just the list password, certain things could be disabled. Certain features could also, like we'll show, disabled, which is kind of cool. So let's get to it. I'm going to open up my Dada Mail, and I'm going to start off by logging in with the root password, the pro.data root password. And when I logged in, I know that I'm logged in with the pro.data root password because it'll tell me on the top. So if you look at the if you look up the upper right-hand corner of the administration screen, it'll say logged in as pro.data root. If you're logged in with your list password, it'll just say logged in as, I think, list loaner, I think. We'll check on that. Let's check on that. All right, I'm going to put that back below where I am. And actually, let's go back there. So to enable and disable certain features in Dada Mail, we're going to go in the top bar here. We're going to go under Control Panel Settings. And we're going to go to Enable Disable Features. Click that. I'm going to move this up again. And the first thing you'll see is a huge list of whole bunch of features we can enable and disable. So we're going to basically disable a whole bunch of them. So why would you want to do this? Okay, say you have a client and you're setting up Dada Mail for them, and you're pretty stoked that there's all sorts of features in Dada Mail to play with, but you're not really stoked to basically have these features available for your client. All you really want your client to do is like log into Dada Mail, send a message out. That's perfectly all right with me. So let's set up Dada Mail so when you log in with the list password, all you get to do is send a message out. All right. So basically, if you look at under the features field set, all these different entries in the list correspond to the menus on the top bar. Makes sense? So we have mass mailing, send a message, send a web page, send a message, send a web page, draft, stationary, monitor, options. Understand? So if you want to just enable and disable anything you want, this is where you do it. So first thing I'm going to do, disable control panel settings, all the plugins, don't want those, and profiles. Let's see, what's this? Appearance, nah, not messing with that. Okay, kind of a lot of work. A shortcut is if you just want to disable the heading, you'll disable the entire menu. A little bit smarter, but just to get everything, make sure this works on my demo, I'm going to disable freaking everything. Let's see, membership. Nope. Okay, so the only thing that's going to show up right now is the mass mailing menu, and even that let's disable the options. I'm going to keep the monitor enabled because I think that's one of these things that they should have access to personally. Okay, just send a message. So I'm going to save around the bottom there. Some coffee when I wait. Okay, so my changes have been saved, and if you look, the only thing that's enabled is the mass mailing menu, and inside that menu, send a message and the monitor. Okay, so if you look, those items are still there. Now, why is that? Okay, so we're logged in as the pro.data root. When you're logged in as root, you always have those options available. But if we log out, then log in with the list password, you'll see only this menu and only those two menu items. So let's do that. I'm going to log out, and log out button is down there. I'm going to click that. All right, so now I'm at the admin screen again, and I'm just going to log back in. This time, instead of my list pro data root password, I'm going to log in with my list password, which is different. Here I go. Nope. Okay, as I said, now that we're logged in with the list password, you can see that on the upper right hand corner it just says that we're logged in as the list owner instead of as pro data root. And if you look at the top bar, the only thing available is that one menu. And inside that menu is only those two options: send a message and monitor. All those other menus, or all those other screens, are not available to us when we're logged in with the list password. So basically, that's the feature. That's the feature of enable and disable features in ProData list control panel. So I'm going to log out again. Log out, upper right hand corner. I'm going to log in this time with my ProData root password. And when I do, you'll see the top bar menu has all the options awaiting for me. So that's a very easy way to simplify the experience of the list control panel for your clients if you yourself are setting it up and you want extra control. Okay, so let's go back to the enable disable features and see what other options we got there. Other than the feature set, if you're a fan of earlier versions of Dada Mail, you'll notice that I think since time started, the list control panel had the menu, instead of on the top, it had it on the left-hand side. Now, again, if you're a client, if you want to upgrade Dada Mail for your client, but they're really kind of set in their ways, and they really like that menu on the left hand, but they're kind of weirded out about being on the top, fear no more. Instead of using the top bar under list control panel menu style, we can use the classic sidebar. So click that, we'll save it. Let's see what happens. Boom. So instead of a top bar, we have it on the side. That's all that does. So I'm going to set it back to the top bar because I kind of like the top bar. There it goes. And that's a few different features in the enable disable features screen under control panel settings. That's about it. Give it a try. Let me know what you think.